This side?
Isn't that too up close? Or looks normal like this? Then good. More close.
Welcome back to the NBN channel. Welcome to episode 1 of Professional Insight with NBN Sports. It's a very big day for us because we have our first guest on our page. We have none other than one of FC Goa's captains and the heart and soul of the Indian football team, Mr. Sandesh Jhingan with us here. Sandy bhai, thank you so much for opening your home to us and welcoming us here in Goa, in the most beautiful place in Goa, honestly. One of the most beautiful places I've seen over here. And thank you for having us, obviously.
Thanks for being here, and I didn't know it's your first episode
With
of this new series.
Yes, it is episode 1, and we're privileged to have a big name like you.
Where's the
with
ribbon?
Us. Huh?
Where's the ribbon and the money?
Later on.
Yeah.
So this is what it is, bhai, and it's been a while since we've seen you. I think the last time we were together was in
SAF.
Intercon and SAF, so Bhubaneswar and Bangalore. So it's been almost a year since we've met face to face, and just wanted to catch up and know how has life been, how has life treated you in this 1 year that we've not met, basically.
Well, life has been kind as always to me, to my family. Last time you met me, my daughter was 3 months.
Yeah.
Now she's 14 months, and she's like, I keep saying she wants to be a marathon runner because my whole house, she keeps me, half of my rehab is thanks to her, is going well because she keeps me moving really well, and life has been kind, man. From the time I met you last to now, I've changed clubs and had some great things in my club level, national team level as well. My family is healthy. My parents are happy, my wife is happy, and my dog still wants to go for a walk. He doesn't want to sleep all day.
He's looking for food right now, as we can see him right there.
Finally, he woke up. 16 hours done. Now we'll be awake for 1 hour, then again back to sleep for another 5 hours. What a day. Day well spent for Mr. Kayo.
The perfect Sunday, yeah?
Every day is a Sunday for him, man. It's a month. They say, a month of Sundays you can have this, and he has a life full of Sundays, man.
31 Sundays in a month for him?
365 Sundays for him, man. Sleeps 16 hours a day, gets the finest food, gets his walk whenever he wants, and he actually put ice cubes in his water also, so he has this nice chilled water.
Honestly, I'm jealous of his life now.
You can have that vodka and tequila. That boy can't have it, so
Fair enough.
probably you have your
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Always pros and cons. And by the last time we saw you on a pitch, unfortunately, was when you picked up your second ACL, so to say.
Some food came if you want.
Oh, awesome.
Came in between. Only I want to keep it on the side.
That would be perfect. We can just
Can
take
keep
a
it on the
break
side,
and
no
take
problem.
time. Thank you so much, man.
That's
Thank
what. Prawns, some fish.
Ooh.
Not a vegetarian, no.
Not at all. We'll just say that we're living the Goa life.
Yeah.
The Goa life over
No,
here.
because you
Enjoying
get
some
a
seafood.
good catch here. Because the ones, so this one, all the fish and everything. Luckily, the ocean just behind. So the ones
see that right
who,
here.
so in the morning they get a good, nice fish catch of the day, and so then everything is
Freshly delivered.
here.
From that
Yeah,
water
so
to our plate.
eat everything fresh. Eat seasonal fruits. Eat the meat, vegetables, wherever is grown around you or hunted around you. I don't know if that upsets few people, the word hunted, but I eat
That's how that goes.
fresh as long as you can. Keeps you healthy, keeps you fit,
Tips for
keeps
the
you
young
happy.
kids. Listen to the pros. Eat your fresh food. And Haji bhai. So basically, what I was saying was last time that we saw you on the pitch was I think against Australia, if I'm not wrong.
No, it's against Syria I got
That
injured.
was the second game then in the Asian Cup. Or the third.
No, the third game.
Third game.
Syria, 39th minute I think it was, when I trying to save a goal. I'm pretty proud. My wife was, after the game, she was like so afraid and she almost had a heart attack. Thanks to Amrinder, by the way, who from the pitch was saying to her like, he's okay.
Amrinder Paji, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
but then, it happened against Syria, the 39th or 40th minute. But I'm proud that I saved the goal because the guy was through on goal. And
the one thing that I want to talk about, Paji, is like 90% of the players would not make it back onto the pitch, would not start the second half. so to say, because your thing was like towards the end of the first half. So if you could just share what was going on in your mind at that moment when you picked up that initial knock and then you decided to go back in the dressing room. I heard that there was a little bit of a back and forth in the dressing room also, that the coaching staff wanted you to like rest at
So
that
they told you everything, and then
Maybe you speak a little bit.
2 games I'd done, don't come, and they're leaking everything.
But we heard that you were absolutely adamant about the fact that you will come back in the second half. So just wanted to know what was going through your mind at that time.
It's always easy to judge later on in the hindsight how you say it. Of course, the smart decision would have been to stay in the dressing room, get a shower, change my clothes, be on the bench. But some men, or I believe personally, everyone is different.
Yeah.
And I always believed, and I've मौत अंत है नहीं अगर तो मौत से भी क्यों डरे ये जाके आसमान में दहाड़ दो. What it symbolizes for me, why I keep saying this phrase again and again, this quote, now I understood the whole thing. What are the side effects or how it can impact you more. Given a chance today, I'm playing a game and same thing happens. Again, I will go on the pitch.
I have no doubt about
As
that.
long as I'm not trying to glorify this thing way too much, because end of the day, I'm the one who's going to go through surgeries. I'm the one who's going to lie on the bed alone with your whole leg wrapped up, and to see the surgery happening, it's whatever it is. But today itself, if given the option, I'll do the same thing for club and country, because that's my personality, and I will never judge if someone who sits out, because that's actually the wiser thing to do. But it doesn't mean he's wise or I'm the naive one. It's just how you are personally. What's your personality?
Yes.
I've said this, as long as I can walk, as long as I'm breathing, and I'm actually making them sound way too dramatic, but that's actually how I think.
Yeah.
That's what the phrase said when I said in the start.
Yeah.
As long as I'm able to walk, as long as I'm able to breathe, if my body is moving even a bit by bit, I will step on the pitch until it breaks. And it broke off completely. So, but then till there I feel the regret, not because I had to go through the surgery or miss out, because we were so close winning the shield for the club. In FC Goa we were flying. I still believe, and I could have offered more, contributed more if I would have been on the pitch against Syria, and then the games against Afghan and Kuwait, and so you feel bad for not able to contribute or service your country and your club.
Yeah.
So that regret stays with you, and that's normal. It stays till date. I feel regretful about that. That's God's plan, but what can I do? But the only thing I'm proud of is that I told my wife also after the game, at least I got injured. Being a defender, everything, whenever I get injured, I've always got injured saving a goal. So maybe my saving that goal or that incident was worth a knee, so I gave my knee.
Right. That's the warrior mentality that we all know.
No, I don't know warrior or not warrior, but
I'm
that's
saying
the
it. I'm
typical,
saying it from my side.
the
That's
way I
what-
see life.
That's how we've always seen you on the pitch as well. And obviously, like, you've always been known as an outfield player who usually has the most minutes every season. Like, you're always there for every game, be it for the club or the country. So how tough is it for you when you're actually forced out in this manner? And obviously, like, it happened in a time when you guys are preparing for very crucial World Cup qualification games, and like you said, same for the club as well. You guys were in a very good stage, and then you were flying. I think at the end of the season also you missed out by like just 2 points. It was then in the table. So how tough is it for you mentally to be forced to stay away from the game and just witness it all like any one of us does, like from an outside perspective?
It's a beautiful question. It pinches you really well. No, the thing is, someone said to me the other day, it's going to just take 9-10 months, and like in a way, he said like just one season, half a season, 1 season. I say, imagine you only live your life for 15 years. Imagine a human, for example, for a dog, for Kayo, dogs don't live like us, unfortunately. If I'll tell Kayo or Okay, let's still keep it to humans, because dogs are too precious and too kind to bring in this
I would
conversation.
agree with that.
If I'll tell you your age, you're only going to live for 15 years. Give me, and I'll say in between the conversation, but I need your 1 year with me. You cannot do anything. You'll be like, hey, I only have 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to give one thing away.
Yeah.
That's the life of a footballer. You know, we have our life. I have my beautiful daughter, beautiful family. God has been too kind to me, and I've living the good life, and everything is perfect. But the real life of a footballer is that pitch.
Yeah.
It's that grind, is that glory, you know, is that training every day, serving the country. And one twist or one slip can take away one season.
Yeah.
So that hurts, you know.
100%.
But then also, one great man said, when you look at life at a closer angle, it's a sad life. When you look at life in a wider angle,
You see the glory and the glitz.
no. When you look at life in a closer angle, you see the drama, you see the pain and everything. When you look at life in a wider angle, it's comedy, it's laughter.
Yeah.
So you feel bad when you just focus too much. My knee gave up. You know, I could have served the country more. We could have won the Shield with FC Goa. We could have won the ISL Cup, because we were flying in the league, national team. I still remember the conversation we were having with Gopi, Gurpreet, Amri, and Sunil Bhai. We're going to go to third round. We're going to get Japan. We're going to get this, and you want to be part of them games, regardless, you know, whatever happens. But when you focus on them, from the phrase I said, when you look at life at a closer angle, it hurts, and I feel I won't say I would have cried, but the moments, especially, you know, I won't pick them games, but a few games in club level and the national team level where I just sat here alone. My wife knows it. When I come out here alone, she lets me be, and that's why I'm a big fan of ocean. It calms me down a lot.
Yeah.
But that's life, you know. The sun will rise again tomorrow, so we gotta keep going.
That's one quote that you put out in a recent post also, which I wanted to talk to you about, where you opened up about what a player goes through mentally, about not knowing how the recovery will be, about being fearful about the night time coming in.
Yeah.
You know, the recent
The recent one I
yes,
posted.
So I just wanted to know about that also. Like, just wanted to know about. So if a person like me gets injured, okay, I need to be off the pitch for 6 months. It doesn't really affect my life in any way. Other than, okay, I want to play, but I can't play. But from a professional athlete's point of view, when you're forced out of the game and this is all you know, this is your livelihood, this is what provides for your family as well. This is what you live and breathe, basically.
True.
How much does a injury, which, I mean, obviously you've been through an ACL before, you've come back from it even better than you went when before injury. You were stronger when you came back, 100%. There's no doubt about that. But when you're going through this grind, when you're going through the rehab, you're not certain about if it's going to go well or not. You're not certain about how tomorrow is going to be, how you're going to feel tomorrow. And especially going through a surgery, ACL surgery myself, I remember the first day, I think 3 days or 4 days post surgery when I went back home. When I woke up from my bed, I was able to move my entire body but my entire right leg. So my right leg was still on the bed and I was like trying to give it a command to move.
Crazy,
and it won't.
yeah.
So from a professional athlete's point of view, when you're going through something like this, how much of a toll does it take, and how much does it take from a man, like you said, like some points in life, you live by the point of view like you need to be a man, right? At some point.
There's a tricky thing to say in today's time.
You need to, I mean, okay. 100%.
Just be who you are.
But there are things that you need to do, basically. Let's
Yeah.
put it like that. There are things that you need to do. And when you're going through a situation like this, what's the mentality like, and how much does it take from you to get up every day and put the work in and grind again, not knowing what's coming tomorrow?
You know, when my wife, Ivana, she was giving birth, I was there in the labor room. I was in the whole process. I was in throughout the whole pregnancy, the delivering part. I've never seen a human being go through such extreme pain in my life. And she didn't take epidural. So everything happened naturally. God blessed us. It was around 8-9 hours of the whole process. And I realized what really a potential of a human being is to endure pain.
Yeah.
for to create something or to create happiness. I saw it with my naked eyes, and I was like, and also I realized in pain, there's no reaction of a human body, because such pain she never experienced before. I have never seen anyone experience before, and I didn't know there's such an expression also in that moment.
Yeah.
So that's where it reminds you, in a way, or reminded me at least, that thing about the pain which I said I was in the post I made, that I was afraid every night it's going to be sleep time, and I used to be afraid, I don't want to sleep because I know it hurts you,
Yeah.
you know, for 1.5, 2 months, you know, because at least a month,
Yeah.
first month, it's very difficult to sleep. Every time I used to go to bed, I used to think of my wife. She went through that.
Yeah.
I must go through this. So it has its moments. The rehab, I've done it before also, the ACL, when I came back, and when I joined Mohun Bagan after Kerala. So I was kind of prepared. I knew the process. So this time I decided to watch the surgery also, just for an experience. So
On the screen, that's like.
no, I was live in front of my niece.
Oh, so they didn't have the screen in front of you?
Only initially they put.
And then you asked them to.
Yeah, so the first part, I think when they take out the graft, then they put that thing, the white, the green one. Then I was just looking at my knee, everything. Because I wanted to watch it, so they put that injection in the back. So only the lower part is numb. And I saw the whole surgery because I wanted to see. I sympathize a lot with my knee. But anyone who's going through injury, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I bring the topic of a woman giving birth. I'm always stuck by this statement or this learning, because I've said it many times, probably 100 times, wherever I've been, to schools, universities, in podcasts, in interviews. No matter how much bad you feel or how much pain you're going through, there's always someone who's going through more pain and more hardships. But also, no matter how great you think you are, there's always someone who's achieved more and is greater than you. So be content and strive to get better. So that's, I would say, for anyone who's being injured or nursing an injury or doing a rehab, you'll have your moments. I had my moments sitting here, and you feel depressed. Depressed is not the right word, because people have glorified this word too much. You feel sad, which is very normal. I feel sad every now and then. You feel being missed out. You say things out of order, and people start to say, oh, because he's injured, that's why he's talking like this. Yeah. And you judge it the way people see you differently when you're injured. But then how Krishna said to Arjun, you shouldn't worry too much about the outcome or what's going to be tomorrow. Your focus should always be on karma. तुम्हारा कर्मा क्या है, तुम्हें क्या कर्म करना है, वही तुम्हारा धर्म है. So you must only focus on what you can do. Doesn't mean you'll succeed. Arjun asked Krishna, if I'll do everything great. Now I bring this to a little bit more ahead in terms of football maybe. I've lived the greatest season, I'll live the cleanest life. I didn't touch sugar, I slept every night at 8 o'clock, I played every game with the best intention. I still didn't win, or we still didn't qualify for World Cup, or still we didn't. Result might come, it might not come. Yes. It's never in your hands.
Not in your control.
What's in your control is the work you put in. 100%. निर्णय क्या होगा, उसकी उपेक्षा या उसका वो मत लगाओ. Gamble मत करो उस पे. You do your work, you do your rehab, get up in the morning. You feel shit, go to the gym. I did 2 times to the gym. Yeah. I didn't want it to do once. But I'll still do it. I'll go in the morning, I'll come back, again I'll go for the swim. I don't want to do it, but it's my dharma.
Must be done.
It's my karma. I must do it. Every day. Even when they rest, I would love to watch a movie every night. Yeah. Netflix is a good thing to have.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's so many things, Netflix, Euros is going on.
For sure,
and I would love to stay up till 12. Yeah. No, I will go to bed when my daughter goes to bed. I will do it. Yeah. But that's my dharma. Yeah. Then eventually, if you get the fruit you want, be thankful. Be humble and remember you are blessed. But if you don't get it, you should have worked more. So work more than the next day. That's the one I would say to the boys who having injury, and I'm being really honest, I live my life that way.
Yeah, and is this a mentality that you've always had, or is there were some learnings along the way that made you pick up on this thought process and the habits that you were talking about just now?
No, of course, you're never born in any way. You always, life, nothing teaches you better than life. And nothing teaches you better than setbacks. यदि आपके ज़िंदगी में अड़चन आ रही है, यदि आपकी ज़िंदगी में रुकावट आ रही है, दिक्कत आ रही है, परेशानी आ रही है, remember something great is ahead.
Yeah.
It's not in a philosophical way or it's not in a motivational way, it's just the way the life is. You want to be a footballer. Sandesh Jhingan wants to be, for example, you want to be Sandesh Jhingan, I want to be Sandesh Jhingan. You have the same dream, I have the same dream.
Yeah.
You work 10 hours a day, I work 10 hours a day. Everything we do perfect, I do everything perfect. But only one will be Sandesh Jhingan, no?
Of course, yes.
How it's going to be? The moment when the competition is being so well done कि दोनों हर चीज़ बेइंतहा पूरी निष्ठा से पूरी सच्चाई से कर रहे हैं, there comes to a moment when the God will feel it's impossible to decide in terms of the work they are putting. तब आपकी ज़िंदगी में एक रुकावट आएगी, एक दुर्घटना आएगी, एक चोट आएगी, हादसा आएगा, देन उधर तोला जाता है फिर कौन उस चोट से, उस हादसे से कैसे उठता है, उस हिसाब से उसको उसका फल मिलता है. तो वो चीज़ ज़िंदगी ही सिखाती है. यू कैन नॉट लर्न दिस. ऑफ कोर्स जो आपके पेरेंट्स के प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, द फैमिली, योर ब्रदर, योर सिस्टर्स, जो वो आप में इंस्टॉल करते हैं, वो ऑल्सो प्लेज अ बिग रोल. बट यू लर्न, फॉर एग्जाम्पल फॉर माई डॉटर ज़ाया, Ilana, she will learn her way. I cannot teach her anything.
Yes.
जब वो बाहर जाएगी दुनिया में, she'll have her faults.
Yeah.
She'll learn through it and then she'll grow into it. तो आप पैदा होकर कुछ नहीं होता. It's just how you go through life.
100%.
And it teaches you in a way. And I had many things like this, and I'm sure you also have 1,000 things. And that's why there shouldn't be any judgment कि उसने ज़्यादा सहा है या उसने ज़्यादा सहा है. That's for me is baseless. It's stupid when people judge on उसने इतना सहा है, उसको इतना मिलना चाहिए. That's wrong. That's why I said, no, when you feel you have suffered, there's always someone who suffered more than you.
100%.
हमेशा एक ऊपर रहेगा तुमसे.
100%.
तो वही ऐसे लाइफ ने सिखाया यार, इधर उधर कर के. And there's so many things which I'm grateful for. कि that happened to me, that made me who I am today. I'm grateful that this thing happened in a way. I'll only understand it in a longer run.
100%. Yes.
When life is in a wider screen.
Yeah.
अभी इधर ही फोकस करूंगा, then I'll feel I'm the most unluckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
When you look at the wider screen, I'll understand this 5-10 years down the road. For that it may have happened to make me do this. So I did that. Then I succeeded.
Yeah.
So it will find its way. Just believe in it.
Yeah. 100%. And like you mentioned right now, this is like the words that you're speaking. Obviously, it screams leader through and through. Right, it just screams leader through and through, and we've heard this a lot over the years that you're a leader on the pitch. But I don't think the regular average fan will understand that. Having seen it up close and personal, I can tell everyone watching this that there's not a second on the pitch that you're just quiet. Right, so you're watching the game, you're dictating terms from behind, you're helping the left back, right back out, you're helping the centre back partner that you have out, the keeper and you are in constant touch, you're also speaking to the midfield at all times. Can you explain that part of your game and how you look at the game and how you try to influence the entire team and not just focus on yourself, but you're like the last line of defense and you can see the entire match in front of you. So your reading of the game, how it impacts the other players as well. Because if I may say so myself, I think since you've been injured, apart from missing you on the pitch, I think some of the other players have also missed your guidance on the pitch, and that has played a huge role in the results that we've also been able to produce. So if there's something that you can tell us to shed light on how you view a game and how you speak through the entire match to help your players, not just like, okay, you make the right pass, but like how you guide them through the entire game.
Firstly, how I do it is like, it's very tough to. A lot of people ask me this thing, and I always say the same thing, like, because we're in Goa, get a fish and ask the fish how it swims.
Yeah.
And they never know. You ask a lion how he hunts.
Yeah.
That's just natural.
Yeah.
You know, I learned it through my career, and you don't know it when you're learning it. You know, when you get You get a lion here, it's a cub of lion. No, I think you call cub, no? A lion.
I think so, yes.
Baby lion.
We might be wrong, but...
Yeah, baby tiger, baby lion, whatever the
Yes.
animal you want to pick.
Yeah.
And slowly it will learn to do it. But when you ask it how you did it, you just don't know. It just happened with me. So that's the maybe the thing. But how I see the game, which I find the question interesting, it's a lot of work, I would say, and it has to come from the heart. I always tell young players, even in FC Goa and when I was in BFC or but in Kerala Blasters, like even though I was young in Kerala, but I kind of, my image became like that in the dressing room. When I was 22, 23, I was still talking to boys who were same age as me in a different way, as a senior.
Yeah.
Study the game, and like when you love the game, sometimes my wife is like, why are you watching Dutch league? Why are you watching this league? Why are you watching that game?
Yeah.
And I don't watch full game. I watch 10-15 minutes just to see which formation this team plays, that team plays, and I'll pick one team during the game and how we're going to beat that team. 10 minutes I decide, they're playing 3-5-2. Okay, they got 2 in the middle, 3 guys up front, 5 at the back. What if you put 3 like a cone, like a triangle in the midfield? We make an outnumber them there. If they have 5 at the back, we play 4 at the back. Our fullbacks will always be free if they don't press. So like these small things you pick up, and then you switch on to the next game. So and this is not that initially, I would say, and I'll be very honest, I did it because I loved it. I loved watching random games, picking random pitches, random games, and thinking I'm one of the coaches of that team. And how I'm going to beat that team. 10 minutes I will do my thing, think maybe sometimes right, and that's it, move on. Now it's a little bit of an effort because I have a daughter, I have a dog, I have 10,000 things to do also. But it comes from the love of the game. You must invest yourself in studying the game. Only if you train, eat well, rest well, then you're going to be a player based around that amount of work. It's about all those small margins. When you study the game so much, watch the training videos of other clubs, watch those videos, then you understand the patterns. Why they're training like this. Maybe that coach likes the ball to get wide and he likes the cutbacks instead of the lofted crosses. So when you're playing against them teams, then you know when the ball is there, 8 out of 10 times it's going to be cut back. So you read it. So when the striker makes this run, you know it's a dummy. He's going to stay back only. So you have to invest yourself to study it, and then when you do it over the time, it kind of becomes natural. But it takes time, it takes investment, it takes devotion. It's a very beautiful saying, like when you want to achieve something, you need to devote yourself. There has to be pure devotion, like a religion.
Obsession, rather. You need to be obsessed with that
Obsession.
part. Like, that's what Conor McGregor says. I'm just...
It's all about words. I like to use the word devotion because you need to devote yourself for that craft, for that knowledge, or that. But that's beauty in it. To dedicate your life to one craft.
And studying it through and through.
It's a beauty. It's not always easy. But that's how it comes to me, and some people like to watch it, some people think it's baseless, but the way I see it, the best form of defending, I say on camera, is if you're having a ball at your feet and you want to make a pass, the striker made the run, but you notice that I already read the pass. The striker also noted it, and you didn't make the pass. So the cameras will see nothing, because nothing happened there. Nothing happened there.
Because that pass didn't come.
Never happened. So the real form of defending is not to defend. Of course, you enjoy defending, you defend and tackles, but the real defending is when you kill the existence of a scenario or a pattern. Because you read before everyone else. That's the real defending, which I personally enjoy the most. But in cameras, in TV, you'll never see it.
You'll see a tackle, you'll see stuff like that.
No, I enjoy that also.
Yeah.
I love getting there, like, it's good and enjoy it, sometimes you have to tackle, man. The last moment, I do make a lot of tackles also. But it's 90 minutes, there are 1,000 patterns, there are 1,000 runs, so many different things. A winger is a different way to defend, a striker is a different way to defend. How you're gonna use your number 6, how you're gonna use your number 8, how you're gonna make sure the team presses the right way and we get the ball to the right player whom we want the ball to go to him, because we know he's gonna only make 2 kind of passes. So it's like completion of everything. That what makes you a great player.
Yeah.
You can tackle, you can win headers, you can outsprint them, you can maintain the shape, you can press the team well, you can make them correct passes, you can lead the team well. So it's like a completion of everything which, and you watch on TV, or when not on TV, but you watch the analyst camera, because it's a bird view camera.
Yeah.
And when you enjoy that, when you watch that, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. Would you rather watch a match on Y-Scout or on stream?
I'll watch the match on Joy, our analyst for national team and FC Goa, on his camera, because you always get that wider. Because in Vice Court also, like sometimes they take that again narrow vision, na, ki player ke paas ball hai.
Oh,
so then you don't understand the game.
Yeah.
So what I like to see, of course, उसमें कोई commentary नहीं, क्योंकि ऐसा ही camera लगा हुआ है.
Yeah.
But the ball जब इधर है for the left winger. For example, they have one right winger who plays every game.
Yeah.
He'll always make the same run because the coach always tells him every week to do the same thing.
Yes, of course.
So to study a team, you always know when this player has the ball on the left, when he plays, this guy always makes the same run, because the coach in every club will always tell that winger, whenever he has the ball, I want you to attack this space.
Yes.
So you only have to check your shoulder once. If he takes a little bit touch ahead of his feet, means he's going to go long. If the ball is too close to his feet, means he's going to go short. So if sar bhi niche, he's going to go short.
100%.
Then you hold the line. If he takes this touch in tight space, then you know he's going to go for this. So that's why Joy's camera with that
bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view. That's all the players, the kids who want to learn.
So that's the reading of the game. Basically, you're not just looking at the ball, but you're looking at if this player has the ball in this scenario, what are the others doing at the same time?
Because they also train every day, no?
100%.
Yeah. For example, if I have the ball, they know what I'm going to do with the ball.
Yeah.
So the players will make things around that. I'm not someone who's going to get the ball here and going to ping 100 yards right at the feet in front of the keeper. So the defender of the other team will know that's not his biggest strengths.
Yeah.
So everyone has a different way. So you study them in that pattern and make your thing around that. अब इस पे लोग बोलेंगे कि हाँ इसने वो लंबा पास नहीं मार सकता, मतलब ये बॉल प्लेयर नहीं है.
वो तो बोलेंगे यार, ठीक है, लोग को बोलना काम है.
But I say it openly, you know, that's how it is.
The people who understand football, they understand exactly what you mean.
I'm happy the way I play, man.
And I love the answer where you said a while back, where you said that a main job of a defender is not really shown on camera, because you will be disrupting moments by being at the right place at the right time and not giving them the possibility of playing through that area where you're covering. So that will never be on camera, because they'll obviously be tracking the ball and see what happens. But I love that answer.
Good coach will always understand.
Yeah, exactly.
And you always be in sight of a good coach, and they'll always ask for you to come, because the smarter ones always notice this. So that's if someone feels like दिखता नहीं तो क्यों करने का.
Yeah.
The ones who understand football, and you'll always be in demand.
So
you always be there. याद है कौन सा क्वेश्चन था?
100%. And we're back. Sorry, we took a bit of a break to deal with the big fat mosquitoes here in Goa. It's a bit of a problem, but not one that causes too much issues to us. But
put some smoke down there.
It looks good. I think it'll look aesthetic in the video as well.
वैसे आश्रम में बैठे हैं.
कुछ भी हो सकता है. I mean, feels तो वैसे ही. अभी now समंदर is gone, but like it can be like.
But the mosquitoes in Goa, especially in this season, last year we had the dengue rate.
Yeah, that's a problem.
This is killer, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very careful. तभी सब डालने का मालूम.
Especially with the baby around, you don't want to
risk
take any chances at all.
And this boy, my dog, keeps opening the door, man. I don't know how he got to know how to open the door.
We'll try to get Kayo on camera as well. This is a character that the world needs to see for sure.
Hey, Kayo, hi there. Nah. Come. He doesn't like being on camera. He'll be like, I want to run away.
Is it? But he is the star of the house. After your daughter, for sure. He's the
Show your
second
face.
star of the house. Hi, Kayo. That's the world. Over there. This is the little monster we've been talking about. He's the absolute sweetheart for sure.
Shimoya, Chukurushi. Shall go. Run. Protect the house if you want to. Or you want the. And his hair, no?
Yeah, that's a problem for sure. And especially on black clothes, it's evident.
Yeah. No,
Like
now he's shedding also, no? They say they have 2 months of shedding, but I believe it's whole year, man. Whole year is shedding only.
Depends on the breed as well, but like with his coat, I'm sure it's a constant thing.
He's a cutie pie, man. This much he came. Look at him now. Tiger, huh? You're a tiger? Go sleep your 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day. Yeah, so you were saying?
I was going to talk to you about, like, based on your answer that you said about reading the entire game and how much you enjoy, like, when your first answer was that you see how a team is set up, how they're playing the game, and then your immediate reaction is after 10 minutes of watching them play, you think about beating them. How are you going to beat them? In this case, my first question that I wanted to ask you was, how far are we from seeing Coach Sandesh Jhingan? Because that looks like something that will come naturally to you when it does.
No, I've heard this many times, but not another 10 years, because I've just turned 30 and I think I can easily cross 40. And
while playing professionally?
Professional football, easily 10 more years.
Yes.
And then depends a lot. I love coaching, to be honest. Not coaching. I love studying football.
Yes.
So I don't know in which capacity I'll work, because I'll be honest, I used to speak this a lot with Sunil Bhai, and I used to say to him, I want to go into coaching, and this is like 6-7 years ago.
Oh, back then?
Back then I was like, I want to be a coach, I love it, I said, like, wait until you have a family, you slowly you'll actually, because for me, I'm telling you, the toughest job on the football pitch is the coach and the referee. The ones who never get the credit is the medical team.
100%.
So these three jobs,
100%.
They are very harsh.
Yeah.
And they're very tough, man. But that's how it is. But now, for example, I'm going to play 10 more years. And I've already been professional for almost 11 years now, close to a decade. So then 21 years later of playing football and living this life, my daughter and my future kids, they're going to be in their prime age, to be molded in the right way to have a great life. So will I still have the energy or the devotion to leave my family, go to work in this way? Because football demands a different kind of approach. You're all the time in, because I'm a person who doesn't like to be in grey. Either I'm involved
or you're not,
or I'm like, you never see me.
White or black.
Yeah, you'll never see me if I'm not interested in this thing. But if I'm interested, I'll die for it. So if I go into coaching and again I want to live the same life, my mother-in-law, my parents don't like to visit me because they say you're the most boring person ever. You never go anywhere, you eat the same stupid boring food. And so we'll see then if I would. I think time only will tell, but I will always love this sport. This is the greatest thing outside family happened to me. And if in some capacity I would be involved, but I don't know which. I love to be a coach, but I don't know with my daughter, because she's like a boss, man. You're like, Papa, no. And I'll be like, okay, no. You said no.
We saw a bit of Daddy Jhingan inside here, so he's not lying at all. She is the one who runs the house for sure. No doubt about that.
Jesus, my mom said, no, either you guys were too dumb when you were kids or today's kids are too smart. It's a different ball game, man. I never had a younger sibling. So I never see someone grow in front of me and become massive. So she's the first one actually. For me, man, so smart. They know how to get things done, man. She knows everything. She wakes up 7:30 in the morning, gets down on the bed. And like I told you, I still, since she's born, I never slept. Whenever I'm in the house, I never go into the other room so that I can have 8 hours of non-stop sleep. I want to be involved completely with my wife because she hasn't slept for 2 years now, literally. She doesn't even know how does it feel to sleep 8 to 10 hours, non-stop without feeding the kid or, giving care to them. But she gets up and she crosses my leg, comes down and then like, Papa. She does this, come, let's go outside and play.
Sleep time is over.
She is a doll, man. Love being around her. So yeah, time will tell how I will be in 10, 12 years down the line.
I was with the under-23 team when we went to China for the Asian Cup qualifiers, and Clifford Miranda was actually the head coach over there.
Before the Asian Games, no?
Yes. So he was very adamant about sharing his experience of starting coaching earlier on in his career, and he was talking to all of the players and suggesting that the earlier you get into coaching, even in your playing career, even if you don't plan on coaching in the future, it helps you out a lot with understanding of the game in itself. So it helps you as a player as itself. And he credited a lot of his game towards the later stage of his career to the fact that he started doing his coaching courses, like licenses earlier on. What do you feel about that? Like, what do you feel about young players doing their coaching courses just to understand the game a little better?
No, I agree completely. What Miranda Paji said. I tell you them.
That was a big one, huh?
I'm telling you, goan mosquitoes are massive.
It's not a mosquito, but that is a big one, whatever it is.
Anyway, they crave this society out of this jungle kind of a thing. So they have this all. Yeah, the view sometimes gives you some mosquitoes.
I don't blame it. I would love to be around this area as
well. No, but this light also. No, but what Miranda Bhai said, Clifford Bhai, it's true. But I look at little bit in a different way. I feel if it doesn't come from your heart, of course, it will always have the good effect.
Yeah.
For example, if I want to learn about investing in real estate, it doesn't come from my heart. But I will still study and still will show its benefits. Yeah. I will still make money out of it. I might lose some, make some. It will still have its way.
Yeah.
But when you genuinely love something, so for me, coaching, you label it as coaching. Fucking this mosquito, man, Turak. Probably gonna die soon.
That's a big beetle, that one.
He's roaming around that smoke only. Probably gonna die soon. So when you love the game so much, it doesn't feel like you're investing time in a way that you have to make an effort. So I can watch 10 hours of football without realizing. So like there's a word or there's a state of when you are doing something, it's called the zone. Yeah. So when you're in the zone, you are lost. See a musician when they go
completely based off instincts and not thinking.
Some people ask me, like, when you're playing them games, you're called 60, 70 or 1,000 people, you feel them, hear them, you hear nothing. Yeah. You're in some different area, in a different zone. And then when the final whistle goes, those 5 seconds when, if you have seen me play, I always go on my knees and I thank the Lord and my family. Yeah. So I could finish the game on my legs. Sometimes you don't finish. But I've always gone out on my legs, even though I did my ACL now. You walk out from the pitch. So when you're there, when you're in that zone, you don't know how much you're doing. But from the outside, they say for 10 hours, he's doing that thing. Yeah. So to come to the point, when you love the sport, when you realize you love something, could be football or could be anything, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be the greatest IT guy or whatever, when you're in love with so much, and then you yourself will find different ways. Yeah. For Clifford Bhai, it turned out while he was playing that he has to go into coaching to learn them patterns. Yeah. Yeah. For some might be different. Yeah. But when you're in love with that thing, your body, your mind, your whole existence will show you the path. For some it might be a PlayStation. They could learn everything from a PlayStation. For sure. Yeah. For some it could be philosophy, reading them books. For some, it works for me is both ways. To watch football and reading helps me a lot. To calm my mind.
Writing as well?
Writing also, to calm my mind, to calm my nerves. Because it shows me I'll give you one very good thing. Whenever you feel angry, write you're angry. When you're sad.
Write down that you are angry?
Yeah, just write down with a pen, find a paper, write down you're angry or you're sad. Then ask why. But write everything. You'll realize in 2 minutes your anger, your sadness goes away. You realize how much you just created all of that illusion when it actually didn't happen. Just try, it might work. Works for me sometimes.
I will give it a try next time for sure.
Give it a try. When you're sad, you're angry, you feel betrayed or something, just write you're betrayed. Write your name. Not your name, just write I am betrayed. And ask yourself why you're betrayed. And you'll be lost for words for a few seconds. Then you'll find some words. Okay, you feel betrayed because of this. Then you ask yourself why you feel betrayed because of this, if you did that, he or she. And again, you'll be lost for 30 seconds more. And after 2-3 minutes, you'll be like, you're just overthinking. It might work. If it doesn't work,
I'll call you
find something else. I'm not the right person. But actually,
So basically, you think it depends on player to player. If it comes naturally to him, he should pursue the thing.
No, it doesn't come naturally. What I meant was, it will come naturally. You will find your path, either way. And when you are in that sport or in that profession, you will find your way. If you don't find your way, there are many players who finish their career in 5 years. We do respect to them.
100%. Yeah.
So the ones who last long, they know they have found the way.
This is their calling.
Yeah, this is the calling, and they know how it takes them to the next level. But it's very hard to make for that. Clifford Bay could give an answer for that.
Yeah.
That it's the coaching to understand, that helped him. For me, I'm still looking for that because there are too many things inside. There's writing also involved, reading also involved, watching too many games also involved.
Yeah.
And just a thought process. But I cannot make a wrap around it and present to you to follow.
100%.
You will find your own way.
Like you said earlier on, life is the best teacher.
Life will teach you.
Yeah.
You will find your own way.
And by speaking of that, I remember last year in Bhubaneswar when your daughter was on a pram and every morning you would...
Call it a pram, I still call it a stroller, man.
Stroller?
I don't know. There are 10,000 words for it.
I mean, as long as we know both...
Pram, I didn't know it. I've heard it few times. Exactly, I call it a stroller only.
Yeah, so you were giving her walks in the morning around the poolside area, I remember that.
Yeah.
And cut forward to today, and she's running around the house, and you were like, she can run a marathon tomorrow. And I remember at that time, that was when you were going through the FC Goa transfer from Bangalore also. And you told me that one of the major reasons that you want to move to a city like Goa was to give her the childhood that you think she deserves and which is not in a city life, right? So...
that's as controversial, and tomorrow all the clubs will be like, we don't want to offer him. FC Goa will be like, keep the level money down, he will not leave.
No, I just want to ask you, okay, we can cut this part out also if you think it's controversial, but I just want to ask you, since moving to a city like this, which is not like a proper metro city, it's a slow life, basically. How much, and we know that you love your philosophy and you love thinking, reading, writing and stuff like that. So, coming to Goa, staying in Goa in the past almost 1 year now, how has it been and how has it affected your life both professionally and personally?
Goa has been kind and welcoming as always to me and my family. I think probably to every tourist and everyone who comes here, it has the city, the vibe, the beauty, the warmth and the love, it welcomes you really well. And same for us, and I remember back in the days when we were in BFC, I had a great time. Great friends still that I have there. All the clubs, even in Mohun Bagan, even in Kerala, that's what people say, my relation with them. But in the staff, I was in Thrissur for like just a few weeks ago, and great people, man. I'm very grateful, feel very, very humble. Sometimes I feel it's all a myth and it's all, sometimes I'm not lying, sometimes I just sit and I'm especially alone and I'm like, God is too kind, people are too kind to me, and I felt that many times when I was in Kerala, in BFC, in Mohun Bagan, in FC Goa. I just feel like humble, and I just feel like, I feel like lying down on the floor and just look at the stars for hours, and I just thank God and people around me for being so kind towards me and my family for where we are today. So that's how it's been when we moved to Goa, and being in BFC also was tough because I had so many good friends there and they've been so nice to me, man. Throughout my wife being pregnant, everyone was so available to help her out, and it's very tough, to leave when you have genuine friends, But then, of course, I won't lie, money also does play a role, and if I'll be like, no, money didn't play any role, of course, money also played a role. And we felt when Goa came calling, and I spoke with Manolo, I spoke with Ravi, explaining the whole plan. The contract seemed very good, and that Ilana being 2-3 months, we felt as parents, because some of my friends said like, no, you should stay in the city, like with the best schooling, the best this thing, you must stay here. But at that moment, we felt, we want to move to Goa. Again, I say the offer was good, the contract seemed brilliant. I spoke to Manolo, that gave me a lot of confidence. And then I felt like, I've been a traveler already for 2-3 years. I want to find some stability. And I was like, let's give it a shot, like, me and my wife, we just felt, let's just go for it. And it's been good, the staff has been brilliant, players have been brilliant, and of course we could have won the Shield, of course we could have won the ISL Cup, but that's always Agar. Agar is if is a dangerous place.
But Agar rehna bhi chahiye for future motivation.
But
it's also a killer. I understand what you're saying. It is a killer when you overthink sometimes. It is.
Congratulations to Mohun Bagan and Mumbai for winning their titles, and next year we go again.
go again.
The sun rises again.
Like you said before as well. But we know about Manolo. He's a proven coach in the ISL in India for sure, and he's like, I think, single-handedly created a lot of national team players as well. How has it been like for you this past season working under him? Of course, we know that it was hampered after the injury a little bit, but for as long as you guys had that great role together, and when you were rolling through the middle of the season, how was that entire experience from the start, and how do you what is your view on Manolo as a coach and as a person? How has your interaction been with him so far?
First of all, he's done brilliant in the country. I've said it before also when he was in Hyderabad and when I was not playing for him. He's done a remarkable job, man. If you look at the place, how he has developed.
Yeah.
To pick out few names, Mishra you can say, Hitesh you can say, even Sahil Tora, midfielder, and Yasir, Sana, and this boy Nim, whom we have in our club.
100% for sure.
Nim and Listy also when he was under. Like, I'm gonna miss out few names, so them boys don't feel bad. But them players look different under him, man.
Exactly.
And that's a reality.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not that he's my coach now, so I want to. I've crossed that level now. Yeah. I don't have to. I never believe in that thing. But genuinely, he has improved players.
Yeah. 100%.
And I've admired this thing in him from before. I think everyone admired. It's like elephant in the room. Everyone knows it. So that thing I had for him, and when I signed, when I spoke him on the when I was in Bangalore in my house, and I spoke to him, kind of gave confidence, you know, that I should move, because I always believe whenever you sign, always speak to the coach, because there always can be the management wants you or the coach wants you. This can be this thing.
100%.
So I spoke with him, and he was convinced that he wanted to have me in the team, and he has a very good staff with him. You know what I like? Then I said, people I admire, and for me, one who can dedicate their whole life to one craft, to be Picasso of it or be Beethoven of it. You know, like, who just dedicates. You know, I'm very envious of that. I want to be, you know, like that. Just dedicate your whole life to, and he has that characteristics in him. You know, 100%. He's devoted his life to football.
100%.
And you know, tactically he's very sound. Of course, you know, he's like an old school. You know, those angry coaches. You know, like a general. Yeah. A lot of people, you know, in the team call him Godfather, ka na? Don Manolo, they say.
Don Carlo.
Like Don word, like a lot of players. And I think fans also bring that, I don't know what you call it in English, tifo. Of my wife is didn't even knew. I didn't see, I just
focus on
this. Yeah, but it's been good, man. Of course we had our moments, you know, we in every good relation as a player and manager, the coach will always demand higher standards from an athlete, and he always, and I could feel I did improve under him, and I've seen each year myself improving, and under him, of course, again I improved more. But I could sense I improved a little bit more. Yeah. Now this could be a good pointer. Improved more than good, but yeah, it's been good, man. I like his personality, you know. Yeah. And the pitch, he's like old school task manager, like a teacher. Old school, you know, which I like. And everything has to be like this. No fooling around on the pitch. No like, oh, dhira pass dekhiye, sprint nahi kiya, chota game haar gaye. No, you must.
So any single mistake you make, you are.
No, that's how it should be. Yeah. You cannot lose a 5v5. You cannot lose a 2v2 or 7v7. You must. You know, you should get into fight. Yeah. You know, it should be that kind of intensity. Yeah. Then the games become easier. You know, it has to be like drilled kind of, you know, like training should be like a match.
So the harder the practice, the easier the match is what they usually say.
Yeah, right? The match still will be hard, of but course. When you train like that every day, you know, like, I'll you know, like.
I get what you're saying.
So he's one of them coaches who demand such training, but then off the pitch, he's chill out, man. He's one of the nicest guys.
He's like a friend.
On the pitch, he'll be like, do this, you know, he'll be loud at you, he'll be screaming at you. In your mind, you're like, I'll show you how good I am, you know. And there's like a war between, you know, like constant good thing. And off the pitch, he's the nicest guy. How's your dog? How's your daughter? How's your wife? And then you're like, such a nice guy off the pitch. On the pitch, it's like, you know, and I like it, you know, because I like when you go to work and it's, you know, like, you want to do something great. You know,
Yeah.
every day you should wake up, come to ground, and you should feel like today I'm going to do great. I'm going to be the best trainer.
Yeah.
You know, you should have that motive, and you want people to challenge you in that way.
Yeah, 100%.
So he has that two sides of him. But I'm telling you, off the pitch, that guy, he's so different personality and so kind, so nice. You know, but in the pitch, he's like, you know, that strong personality, and that I think is shown on the pitch also.
Yeah.
And that I think led to his career, man. From Las Palmas to now, he's always been in the team which have been winning things.
100%.
Players under him, what I've heard from the Spanish guys, everyone who's trained under him is gone to be a great player. So that shows that him being as a teacher is brilliant, man.
I think one name that you missed out was Nikhil Pujari and what he did with him.
Pujari, that's why I said
Completely changed him from a winger to a
he
right
became
back.
a right back. Even Ashish Rai, who's in Mohun Bagan, I think that
Same.
boy, I don't know which 2 years ago or which season, I'm forgetting that, but he's done brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Well, Kattimani bhai,
Oh,
man,
in
he.
Hyderabad, he was outstanding.
I think now again I'm bringing Kerala Blasters in this. Sorry, but no, that guy single-handedly in that penalty shoot. For example, Sahil scoring that brilliant
The last
that
minute goal.
volley, man. You know, that scoring that goal.
Yeah.
And Katti Bhai doing that. And Katti Bhai, with due respect, one of the players I respect highly in Indian football. Guy has gone through a lot of criticism overall, you know. But then just to have that mentality to keep going and then winning. Like penalties, you have to clear out, give it to the goalkeepers.
100%.
Yes. Seedha de do unko bhai.
100%.
And he won it for them.
Yeah.
And I've lost a penalty shootout. 2 times I've lost.
Yeah.
One with Kerala, that was the most painful, man.
Yeah.
Losing in Kerala, oh my God. I still remember that night. I cried like a baby in the toilet, man. I didn't love, oh my God.
This was against Chennai, if I'm not
No,
wrong.
that was against ATK. Cedric missed that one. Devjit Bhai with his left foot.
Ah.
Saved the penalty, but yeah.
Still remember it like it was yesterday?
Yeah, no, how time flies. But yeah, but you have to give it to Devjit. You know, when he won against us, when I was in Kerala.
Yeah.
But now in Kattibai won it for Hyderabad.
Yes.
Brilliant, man. That guy, I have massive respect for him. I never told him, probably this is the first time I'm telling, because I never sent him a text because he's my senior.
NBN exclusive.
No, I love his mentality, man.
Yeah.
That guy has gone through a lot of criticism. That people say shouldn't affect you. It's normal. You should block it out. It's never easy, man.
Not as easy as
when I had my thing, when I was in Mohun Bagan, with the Kerala thing happened.
Yeah.
It happened on the 19th.
Yeah.
20th was my wife's birthday. Our whole birthday got spoiled.
Oh, shit.
You know, so it's not that it doesn't affect people. So for that, Katti, I have massive respect. He went through a lot of criticism, and yet he came out. And since he came under Manolo, he's been doing so well.
Yeah.
Even though Manolo left Hyderabad, of course the club is in a tough place, and I wish them all the best. I know Varun personally, and a brilliant guy. I'm sure. I hope it gets sorted because Varun loves football. His family loves football.
Without a doubt.
And money is a cruel thing. Sometimes it stays, sometimes it goes. I hope this sort out because Hyderabad, I think that club we need. That the Indian football ecosystem
100%.
needs that club for the
100%.
plays they're gonna produce, and once they've produced.
Yeah. And they still have a lot of young.
Yeah, I saw them younger boys. Because Thongboy is also a brilliant coach, man. I had him. He was my assistant in Kerala. When Rene was the coach. He was assistant to Rene. He's a top coach. I know him from under 19 days, basically. Thongboy. So they have a good setup there, man. And I hope they sort out their things because I think we need them as a club.
100%. Wishing them all the best. And speaking of coaches, like you mentioned, it's easy for them to become the scapegoat or become the one single target. When you talk about a team not performing well, the coach is very easy to pinpoint and like bring it out of that. Speaking of that same situation, what do you think our national team head coach, Mr. Igor Stimac, is going through at this point? Like obviously until SAF last year, it's not like even 1 year back, we were having great performances, we were flying, and we went into the Merdeka Cup, we went into the Kings Cup, and we had amazing performances. Again, we obviously felt a little we were given the underhand because of the refereeing decisions over there, but our performances have been top notch. And since the Asian Games or the Asian Cup came in, we've been struggling a little bit, but against Qatar, the last game that we played, we showed good signs, even with missing like players like you. Ashik was out, Sahar was out for the longest time. We had a couple players injured, we were out. But how do you think about like the situation he is in at this point? Like, it's a
I
tough job to do, obviously, and a tough place to be for a coach. But like, just what are your personal feelings about the situation that the coaches go through in a time like this?
Yeah, like I said before, coaches or referees or the medical team, they're one of the most people who never get the credit they deserve.
Yeah.
And being a coach and a referee as well, first bullet is going to be fired is at you. I had this coach once, I won't take the name, this is like way back. He said to me that the coach is always one who get his throat cut when you boys will not do the job.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my throat cut.
Yeah.
This is before I turned professional. This is like
Okay.
Chandigarh days.
Got it.
They said like, for you guys will not doing your job, you guys will not sprint, you will not work hard, you will not win the match, they'll cut my throat.
Yeah.
Remember this.
Yeah.
And then it kind of stayed with me, and I always felt, of course for Igor I have massive respect. Same I had for Stephen Constantine, who gave me my debut. Same I had for Wim, who called me the first in the national team.
Yeah.
But with Igor, I have a lot of respect for him. I never told him this thing also, to be honest. When I had my ACL in 2019, a player goes through a lot of emotions. And that time I was 26. And I was in Kerala, and I was, my career was going at a great pace, and this block comes and the new coach comes, you're always worried.
Yeah.
That man flew especially from Delhi to Mumbai. My wife was there. She was alone with me. No one else with us there. Just my wife managing everything. No one came.
Mm-hmm.
Only person outside my family, outside my wife, was Igor Stimac.
Yeah.
That leaves an impact on you.
100%.
He flew 2.5 hours just to see me.
Yeah.
And he assured me, and every 2 weeks he sent a text. I hope you're well, son. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
I hope you're good. Take your time. Take your time. You'll be welcome back. You will get your chance. For not once he made me feel like, because he was a new coach, he just came in.
Mm-hmm.
And anything can happen.
Yeah.
Football is unforgivable
100%.
profession.
100%.
A coach can teach you many things on the pitch. But when a person leaves an impact on your personal life, they educate a whole generation to come.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Stimac did for me. So when you're hurt, when you're down, how to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
I learned from him.
Yep.
My whole ACL rehab back then, I came back. I joined Mohan Bagan. We went to 2 finals. I played all the games, had a great year, won Player of the Year, went to Croatia, got offers from 2 clubs, chose one, did brilliantly for the nation, because he always stood by me. When no cameras were there, when nothing was there.
Yeah.
Also to mention, Antonio Habas. When I joined ATK, the way he welcomed me also, the way the confidence he gave me. This is way beyond football. Football is the most important things of the least most important things, how Ancelotti once said.
Yes.
How you leave an impact on a person, on his personal level, in his life, in his mindset, is the greatest thing you can do, because that I will teach to my daughter. My daughter will teach to her kids. And you educate generations to come.
Yeah.
And that's what Igor has done for me in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
What gonna happen now, I don't know, to be honest. I love him as a man. I tell my daughter that he's like your grandpa. Your Croatian grandpa.
Yeah.
I don't know what the future holds. What the results have been here, and see, football is cruel. This you look back and you think it's tough, man. King's Cup, I don't think we deserve to lose,
Not at all.
but we lost.
Yeah.
Madreka was a joke.
It was the same thing.
Then
2 penalties. Yeah.
pre that, of course, when Intercontinental SAF, we made the whole country fall in love. And sometimes I feel how, of course, we knew as footballers that football has the shortest memory.
Yeah, always.
Today you can score a hat trick. Tomorrow you don't make a single pass correct. They'll call you the worst kid in the world.
100%.
That's how the patience level has gone down. And I understand it. We live in this world.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% okay with it. I'm not against it. But how everything just turned out when you took the name of them tournaments, SAF, Intercontinental Cup, the whole country was in love with the team. Went to Kings Cup, I think against Iraq, one of the finest teams.
Yeah.
I personally still did believe we should have won that game, but
100%.
Whatever.
100%.
Madriga Cup, oh come on.
That was
The pitch and whatever.
And then the 2 penalties against us, and we scored 2 and
whatever, but then we played Kuwait.
Yeah.
We beat them.
Away.
Chances were bright, we're going to go to the third round. And whatever happened next, I take full responsibility. We should have done better in Asian Cup. I should have done better in the Asian Cup. But no, that's how it is, I take full responsibility and I apologize to the whole country. We failed. I failed. And I must assure them, the whole nation, we will be in the next Asian Cup and God bless. We will do better. Because pre these 2 Asian Cups, we never were in Asian Cups regularly.
Yeah.
You must look at that also.
This is the first time we've gone back-to-back Asian Cups.
First time, 2019 we qualified together.
Yeah.
2023 we qualified together, and I assure 2027 we will be there also.
Yeah.
And I still remember me, Gopi, Sunil Bhai, Amri talking back in the day in 2014-15. We want to make it a norm for this country that every Asian Cup we are there.
Exactly.
So people don't think about qualifying.
Yeah.
People think about knockouts.
Yeah.
And then in 5 to 10 years, they must think about we need to reach finals.
Yeah.
That's how you grow as a nation. That's how I've seen how our country has grown. I made my debut when we were 173, 175. 2013 when I came in, that was the time to see how much the country has grown. I've seen that grown. I've seen that growth. So now what will happen is of course not in our hands, but whatever God wills, it will happen. But for me personally, for me, Igor, I will always regard him very highly. He's a really good man, and but let's see. Who am I to decide? First, I need to bloody fix my knees and
fair enough.
get back to playing. So I'd rather stay away from this thing.
Yeah, fair enough, 100%. And looking forward, don't want to stretch it on for too long, but looking forward, I'm sure you're near the end of your rehab process right now at this point.
I'm still in the mid phase.
In the mid phase, but we're expecting to see you back sometime in the next season for sure.
No, probably start of the season only.
Start of the season, awesome. So just want to know, what can we look forward to? What are your personal plans going forward, both for the club and the country?
Well, just to finish the next 90 minutes in the best regard. I always said that don't look too much ahead.
Yeah.
Make sure the next game you're going to play is going to be the greatest game of your life. Just live by that and life seems easy when you look at that way.
Words to live by for sure. 100%. Thank you so much for your time. We'll wrap it up over here. You want to share?
Thank you. Had some fish.
Thank you for having me. Yes,
Thandi ho gaya.
Smelling that fish for the past hour and a half. Now we're going to devour
spoke
it
for
off
that long?
camera. I think so. I think it's been quite a while. But now we finally get the chance to devour it off camera. So thank you again for
Thank
having
you.
us over here, bye, and we'll see you guys very soon.